The thing in fighting, the hard part about in the combat sports world is once you start to make that kind of money and you want to say, well, it never changed me. It's impossible not to change you. It's impossible to go from, where you were to where you are today financially. Floyd and I have known each other for a long time. And, when I first met Floyd, he lived in an apartment that Top Rank used to put a lot of their fighters in. Yeah. He lived in this apartment down on, I want to say it was off Flamingo. And, he just started to make some money. Yeah. So, I went over his house. He was showing me all the sweaters that he bought and all the things. Floyd's always been that guy. Yeah. He likes to shop and he likes to buy clothes. And, it started the minute he made his first dollar.
Right. UFC CEO Dana White has called out Floyd Mayweather over what he described as a fake lifestyle on social media, pointing to his recent false claims about owning property and several unpaid debts as key examples. The UFC boss was asked during an interview what he thought about Floyd Mayweather's supposed fake lifestyle.
The security guards.
Do you think Floyd is definitely done?
No, I don't know if he's done. I mean, he could probably come back and he'll have a boxing match. I don't take away from what Floyd's accomplished in boxing, but he's stepping way over.
Dana White, who knows very well how much Floyd Mayweather earned from his fight with Conor McGregor, said that Mayweather spends money carelessly and that nobody thinking clearly should go broke after making that much from the sport. Floyd has no control over his spending. He lives the most unnecessary lifestyle. Who would spend that recklessly and end up dealing with money issues every other day? Dana White asked.
McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever.
What did that gross?
It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy.
Yeah.
He then compared him to several UFC fighters who never earned even a quarter of what Mayweather made in boxing, yet still lived within their means and maintained modest lifestyles while making strong returns from investments. He also stated that Floyd Mayweather was not a billionaire, saying he had enough proof to back up that claim.
Ring with somebody you know well, somebody you have worked with, obviously, Floyd Mayweather. I have been dying to hear your perspective, your thoughts, what you actually think about this YouTuber fighting maybe the greatest boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, I understand these kids want to make some money and, they do what they got to do and say what they got to say to try to, get in there and make money.
I don't know much about Floyd's finances, but I know he's not a billionaire. And if he's not a billionaire, then he has no reason to spend that way. It means half of his net worth is tied up in jewelry, which makes no sense. To support his argument, Dana White referred to one of Mayweather's interviews where he claimed to earn $300 million every month and called it a lie. He once said he makes $300 million monthly. Only gullible people believe that. His mouth is full of lies, and that's...
Nate Diaz apparently wants $20 million to fight next. Is he going to see $20 million?
My boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I never say never.
Supporting that view, one fan wrote in the comments, Mayweather is a classic gambler. He talks about his wins but never mentions his losses. Floyd has never shown much respect for money. His repeated comebacks are clearly driven by a need to make more income. People like 50 have spoken about Floyd's poor handling of money before. Another fan, backing White's argument, added that Floyd probably has some profitable businesses, but they could easily be cancelled out by bad investments or reckless spending, and there is no chance Mayweather is making $300 million a month.
Few that was able to capitalize on his fame, his personality, and everything else outside.
Another fan mocked Floyd, writing, "The guy can't even read. As long as he can buy whatever flashy items he wants and bet both sides so he can brag about winning, he has absolutely no understanding of his finances." Not saying he isn't extremely rich, it's just that he has no clue. He can't even count to 300. Finally, one fan tried to give a more realistic take on Floyd's position. He may be a billionaire, but based on how he acts, only a small portion of that wealth is available in cash. He claims to have invested around $300 million in real estate, which is not the best place to put money if you need quick access to it.
And, when a guy like Floyd Mayweather starts putting it on you, it's not even going to be a fight. It's going to be ridiculous.
A strong example supporting Dana White's claims came when Mayweather shared his tax information online, showing an $18 million payment to the US government, which quickly backfired. While some people claimed the check was fake because it lacked a routing number, others felt Mayweather had an exaggerated sense of his own importance. Narcissistic behavior. The tax story surfaced after Mayweather spent more than $1.1 million on Super Bowl tickets. The former king of boxing planned to bring a busload of people to the impressive Allegiant Stadium for Sunday's big game.
YouTuber fighting maybe the greatest boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, I understand these kids want to make some money, and they do what they got to do and say what they got to say to try to get in there and make money. This is going to be such a one-sided, ridiculous ass whooping. It's not even going to be funny. It's going to be bad.
Mayweather was never going to miss the game. Although World Boxing News reported that he had been offered a VIP pass to attend the Super Bowl himself, the former boxer wanted to bring a group of guests. As a result, he spent a large amount of money without receiving any special treatment. "I don't kiss heads, and I never have to beg for anything, especially not for a Super Bowl suite," said Mayweather. "I don't mind accepting invitations sometimes, but one thing is certain, the person paying makes the decisions. That's why I get my own seats and suites so I can do what I want and invite whoever I want. I'm blessed to be taking 34 people to experience the first Super Bowl in Las Vegas. The total cost came to an incredible $1.1 million. It's unfortunate for Mayweather that his hometown team from Detroit missed out by just one win."
And you look at what he has, his craft Irish whiskey, and I think he has a beard now. He goes from wearing sandals to have mink slippers. He goes from living in very meager house to living in an ivory tower. And he hadn't fought. I'm looking at it we last fought in January 2020. What do you expect when he steps back into the ring?
He's at a place in his life and in his career that, he shows up every once in a while.
Speaking about his tax payment, Mayweather said, "Just before I spent that little million in change on that Super Bowl stuff, I had to pay the IRS, also known as Uncle Sam, $18 million. That's what I owed in taxes while retired. So imagine how much I was paying when I was active." Since retiring from boxing in 2015, Mayweather has earned well over $500 million from the sport. He also owns a luxury club in Las Vegas and has other property investments. He pointed to all of this as proof that reports claiming he is broke, or anywhere close to it, are completely false. However, outspoken rapper turned businessman 50 Cent believes Floyd Mayweather may be running low on money or dealing with tax issues.
But look at Canelo. Canelo is still the man.
Yes. He's been for a long, long time.
And he jumps in there and he does it and he goes to work, and it's hard to stay at that level for a very long time. And Canelo's another guy. What's this guy clipping? 40 mil a fight?
Easy.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Not including what he's making outside of the ring. So, a very unique few can do it.
Some people may think the rapper's long-running feud with his former friend is behind those comments, but there have been several unusual developments surrounding the Mayweather camp recently. The former retired boxer was reported by Forbes to have a net worth of around $700 million at the start of the year and reportedly earned more than $200 million from his 2015 fight with Manny Pacquiao alone. Could Floyd's cash flow really be shrinking? It sounds unlikely, but things are not always what they appear to be. Floyd Mayweather's decision to fight UFC star Conor McGregor made perfect sense from a business perspective. However, the boxer's press conference announcing a New Year's Eve fight against 20-year-old Japanese kickboxing sensation Tenshin Nasukawa left many people in the boxing world confused.
It's crazy stuff. I got so many different houses. So, as you guys can see, this is one of my closets. We got bags, we got stuff everywhere. We got this ladder right here where you can take, just got stuff everywhere. So, you wanna go red bottoms, we can go all.
Former friend turned rival 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, had plenty to say about the situation on Instagram. Other boxing fans went to Twitter and claimed this looked like a sign that Mayweather was going broke. Everyone expected a comeback, but most assumed it would be against a former rival and Filipino boxing legend Manny Pacquiao. The decision to fight Tenshin Nasukawa in a match with rules that had not yet been confirmed came completely out of nowhere. The fact that Mayweather appeared at the press conference in Tokyo looking somewhat disorganized and without members of his usual Mayweather promotions team, including Leonard Ellaby, sparked controversy across boxing YouTube channels.
You can go all Christian Louboutin, that you guys want to do. Whatever you want to do, all from the bottom all the way to the top. So, we got any kind of bag and everything you can name. It's one of my closets.
Some people believe Floyd is operating on his own with this decision. Looking at the logos behind him during the press conference, only the TMT banner could be seen. There was no sign of Mayweather Promotions or even Showtime, his longtime American broadcast partner. Instead of his usual confident attitude and constant talk about money, Floyd never once mentioned how much he was being paid for the Tenshin Nasukawa event. Could it be that Floyd has gone off on his own and urgently needs to rebuild his finances? One Twitter user suggested that someone who buys an $18 million watch will always need money flowing in quickly. Other Twitter users also shared opinions such as,
I'm bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mayweather isn't doing as well financially as he wants people to think. In recent months, he has looked desperate while trying to arrange fights with several opponents. Even a $300 million payday can disappear quickly if you spend money the way he does. Something about these recent events doesn't quite make sense. Is Floyd Mayweather simply trying to cash in on his fame while he still can? Or are there deeper issues involving his cash flow and the IRS? Eventually the truth will come out, and 50 Cent will probably be ready to tell everyone about it on Instagram.
What? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on.
A jewelry company also filed a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather over unpaid debts and breach of contract, including claims involving fraudulent deals and other financial misconduct. Court documents allege that Floyd Mayweather was involved in an illegal business operation alongside his chief of staff. For as long as people can remember, Floyd Mayweather has been known for two things: unmatched boxing skill and enormous wealth, earning him the title of the richest boxer in history. Money Mayweather spent as if cash grew on trees: yachts, private jets, shopping sprees, and everything else you can imagine.
Andre Durrell, IBF champion Billy Dip, WBA champion Celestino Calabero. You know, so we brought them over. I brought them over while Floyd was, still incarcerated. Yeah. Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying a new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo.
All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
50 Cent became involved later after Mayweather made big claims about major real estate investments. Following a shopping trip in New York, Floyd Mayweather appeared on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. During the appearance, Money made bold statements about his business holdings. "I don't know the exact number. Right now, I own somewhere over 100 buildings. I think 99% of my buildings are in New York City," he said.
Yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you'd already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
That didn't sit well with Fiddy, who responded on Instagram by saying, "Oh my God, if it's safe to say, I should say it. Oh. Champ is the richest special student, LMAO." The 2010 Grammy Award winner wasn't finished. He posted again, taking another shot at the retired boxing star. "Oh, damn. Wait, I think Champ believes he owns those buildings. They are taking his money. He says he doesn't even know what he owns. Somebody tell Champ he just publicly said he lives in New York. They will take 58% of any income he earns." The rapper then went even further by posting a picture of Mayweather dressed as Pinocchio, complete with a famous long nose, implying that money was lying.
Yeah.
This looked like a friendship that was going to last a lifetime. What the hell happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
Well, he changed his mind.
Now, what do you mean he changed his mind?
Like, as he was actually going in to jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather promotions.
Right.
Then as he actually got in and I took a look, I realized there is no Mayweather promotions. There's no LLC, there's no seal, it's not incorporated,
There's no over 100 buildings and 99% in New York. Well, that's cap. Champ. We should slap the hell out of you. Laugh my head off. GLG Green Light Gang. Let's work. He wrote in the caption. 50 and Floyd have known each other for years, and so has their feud. Media reports have highlighted many occasions where the two have clashed. So this looked like another chapter in their public dispute until Rick Glazer confirmed reports about Mayweather's financial troubles. Since 50 Cent's comments regarding Mayweather's claims about buying real estate in New York, Rick Glazer has shared another update about his finances, suggesting there may be some truth to 50's accusations. Regardless, Mayweather continues to spend heavily on expensive jewelry, watches, cars, and private jets.